Welcome to Calm Conspiracy. Tonight, we delve into one of the most tragic maritime disasters in history, the sinking of the RMS Titanic. This event has captivated the world for over a century, but what if the story we know is not the whole truth? What if the sinking of the Titanic was not a mere accident, but a meticulously planned event? Join us as we explore the theories that suggest the Titanic disaster was orchestrated. On the night of April 14th, 1912, the RMS Titanic, on its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York City, struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic Ocean. Within hours, the unsinkable ship had sunk, taking more than 1,500 lives with it. The official story attributes the disaster to a combination of human error, flawed ship design, and the unfortunate encounter with the iceberg. However, several conspiracy theories challenge this narrative, proposing that the sinking was a deliberate act. One of the most prevalent conspiracy theories involves the supposed switch between the Titanic and its sister ship, the RMS Olympic. Both ships were built by the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast and were nearly identical in design. The Olympic, launched in 1910, had already been involved in a few accidents before the Titanic's maiden voyage. Some theorists suggest that the White Star Line, the company that owned both ships, swapped the damaged Olympic with the brand new Titanic to cover financial losses. According to this theory, the Olympic, disguised as the Titanic, was deliberately sunk to collect insurance money. Proponents argue that certain anomalies in the Titanic's construction and design, as well as discrepancies in the behavior of key individuals, support this claim. They point out that the Titanic had fewer portholes than the Olympic, but photographs taken during the Titanic's voyage show a ship with the same number of portholes as the Olympic. Additionally, they cite testimonies from crew members who noticed differences in the layout and decor of the ship compared to what they had been told. Another aspect that fuels the Titanic-Olympic switch theory is the presence of certain high-profile passengers on board. J.P. Morgan, a powerful financier who had significant interests in the White Star Line, had originally planned to sail on the Titanic, but canceled at the last minute. Morgan's decision to stay off the ship has led to speculation that he was aware of the impending disaster. Theorists argue that Morgan, along with other influential individuals, orchestrated the switch and subsequent sinking to eliminate opponents and rivals who were also on board. One of the most prominent figures tied to this theory is Captain Edward Smith, who commanded the Titanic on its fateful voyage. Captain Smith was an experienced and respected seaman, but his actions during the voyage have been scrutinized by conspiracy theorists. They question why Smith ignored multiple iceberg warnings and maintained the ship's high speed despite the known dangers. Some suggest that Smith was under orders from higher authorities to ensure the ship's demise, casting him as a willing participant in the conspiracy. The theory further posits that the real Titanic, disguised as the Olympic, continued to serve for several more years under the false identity, allowing the White Star Line to benefit financially from the insurance payout and the continued operation of their flagship vessel. This idea, while intriguing, remains highly controversial and is dismissed by most historians due to the lack of concrete evidence. Another conspiracy theory surrounding the Titanic disaster involves the Federal Reserve. According to this theory, the sinking of the Titanic was orchestrated to eliminate several prominent businessmen who opposed the creation of the Federal Reserve, the central banking system of the United States, which was established in 1913. Among the wealthy passengers who perished were John Jacob Astor IV, Benjamin Guggenheim, and Isidor Straus, all influential figures believed to be against the formation of the Federal Reserve. Proponents of this theory argue that J.P. Morgan, who was a strong advocate for the Federal Reserve, used his influence to ensure that these opponents were on the Titanic, knowing that the ship would not complete its journey. The absence of these powerful dissenters would then pave the way for the establishment of the Federal Reserve without significant opposition. This theory, while far-fetched, highlights the complex interplay of politics, finance, and power in the early 20th century. The Titanic disaster has also sparked theories involving advanced technology and secret societies. Some believe that the ship was deliberately sunk to cover up experiments with new technology, such as an early version of sonar. This theory suggests that the Titanic was equipped with experimental devices that malfunctioned, leading to the ship's sinking. The cover-up was then orchestrated to prevent the public from learning about these failed experiments and the potential military applications of the technology. Another variation of this theory involves the Freemasons, a secretive fraternal organization with a long history of influence and power. Some conspiracy theorists claim that the sinking of the Titanic was a Masonic ritual or sacrifice, with key figures on board being members of the organization. They argue that the disaster was planned as part of a larger scheme to exert control over global affairs, with the ship serving as a symbol of their reach and power. Furthermore, the behavior of the Californian, a ship that was nearby when the Titanic sank, has been a focal point for conspiracy theorists. The Californian's crew claimed to have seen distress rockets from the Titanic, but did not respond in time to assist. Some theorists suggest that the Californian was part of the conspiracy, either as a rescue ship that failed to act, or as a decoy to divert attention from the real events. The ship's captain, Stanley Lord, has been accused of either colluding with the conspirators or being ordered to stay away from the Titanic's location. The role of the ship's wireless operators has also come under scrutiny. The Titanic's distress signals were sent out using the Marconi wireless system, a relatively new technology at the time. Conspiracy theorists argue that the wireless operators were instructed to send misleading messages or delay their transmissions to ensure that the ship did not receive timely assistance. This theory suggests that the operators were part of a larger network of individuals who orchestrated the disaster from behind the scenes. One of the enduring mysteries of the Titanic disaster is the alleged presence of a cursed artifact on board. Some conspiracy theorists believe that the ship carried an ancient Egyptian mummy, which brought bad luck and doom to those around it. According to this legend, the mummy was being transported to a museum in New York, but its presence on the Titanic led to the ship's ill-fated voyage. This theory, while rooted in superstition and myth, adds an intriguing layer of mystery to the already enigmatic disaster. The theory of a cursed artifact ties into the broader idea of the Titanic disaster as a result of fate or supernatural forces. Some believe that the ship was destined to sink due to a series of ominous events and warnings that were ignored or dismissed. For instance, there were reports of bad omens and premonitions experienced by passengers and crew members before the voyage. These accounts suggest that the disaster was foretold and unavoidable, adding a sense of inevitability to the tragedy. In addition to these theories, there are those who question the official investigation into the Titanic disaster. They argue that the inquiries conducted by both British and American authorities were flawed and biased, designed to protect the interests of powerful individuals and organizations. Critics point to inconsistencies in witness testimonies, missing evidence, and the influence of the White Star Line in shaping the investigation's conclusions. They suggest that the true cause of the disaster was covered up to prevent scandal and financial ruin for those involved. The Titanic disaster has also been linked to broader geopolitical conspiracies. Some theorists propose that the ship's sinking was part of a larger scheme to destabilize the global economy and trigger a world war. They argue that the loss of so many wealthy and influential passengers, along with the financial impact of the disaster, contributed to the economic turmoil that eventually led to World War I. This theory posits that the Titanic was a pawn in a grander strategy to reshape the world order. In the realm of science fiction, some conspiracy theories even suggest that the Titanic disaster was the result of time travel or alternate dimensions. These theories propose that the ship's encounter with the iceberg was not a random event, but a consequence of tampering with the fabric of time and space. While these ideas are purely speculative and lack evidence, they highlight the extent to which the Titanic disaster has captured the imagination and inspired creative interpretations. As we explore these various conspiracy theories, it's essential to consider why the Titanic disaster continues to fascinate and intrigue people. The sinking of the Titanic is a poignant reminder of human fallibility and the limits of technological prowess. The tragedy struck a chord with the public, symbolizing the end of an era of boundless optimism and the harsh realities of nature's power. The allure of conspiracy theories lies in their ability to provide alternative explanations and uncover hidden truths. They challenge the official narratives and encourage critical thinking and skepticism. Whether one believes in the theories or not, the exploration of these ideas can lead to a deeper understanding of historical events and the complexities of human behavior. As we conclude our investigation into the Titanic conspiracy theories, we are reminded of the importance of questioning accepted narratives and seeking out the truth. The story of the Titanic is not just about a ship that sank. It is about the people who lost their lives, the decisions that led to the disaster, and the enduring impact on society. By examining the conspiracy theories surrounding the Titanic, we gain new perspectives on this historic event and the factors that continue to shape our understanding of it. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the mysteries of the Titanic disaster. Stay tuned for more explorations into the realm of conspiracy theories on Calm Conspiracy. Together, we will continue to seek the truth and uncover the hidden stories that shape our world. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our next journey into the unknown. Sweet dreams, and may the mysteries of the universe whisper gently in your ear.